Okay.
Good morning, good morning, our people. Thank you so much for joining us once again. Welcome to the program. We are happy to have you. As always, please share. Like, follow. You know, and if not for anything, be able to summarize what we have done today to share with your loved ones, your co-workers, anyone that have ear, they should be able to hear this good news. We're getting somewhere. God is doing things for us. It's up to us to complete the work. It's up to us to understand the signals that He's dropping every day, videos, lectures, activities that we are seeing every day for us to make an inference from what we have observed so far and come up with the superior argument so that we can move. So please, it's not that complicated. It's not that complicated. God is waiting for us to begin this work, our handiwork, our brain work, and then He will complete the rest. But if you are sitting, going to midweek service where they're doing abracadabra, they will jump on tractor and jump down and fly up in the air and fly down and tell you lies and use all gift of oratory and all that stuff to deceive you. My guy, we are not going anywhere. So, like we've always told you guys on this platform, the truth will get us where we're going. And the earlier we start telling ourselves the truth, the sooner we will get to our destination. Our destination is there. We're the one holding ourselves down. We keep giving an example of a door gift that is outside your door. You refuse to open the door to go get your gift. What do you want God to do now? Our
Mhm.
gift is already there. Nina's framework is the way to go, is the only way to deconstruct and remove these so-called colonial structures that is holding us down, because nothing will work. Not even Messiah himself will fix Nigeria until these little things that our masters, because they are still your masters, have put in place are removed. You saw how they ousted their prime minister, bam. So how much are Uche? Eh? So they have Uche to, oh, he's telling lies. He's a liar. We can't trust him. Oh, so it's okay to remove people that you cannot trust, but in our land, you will call them to down number 10 Downing Street and keep them on our head so that you can use it to buy oil and put on your head and fire everywhere. We know better now. We know better, my people. We just need to act on it. Anyway, let me not take off. I always get excited when I see my loved ones. So, my name is Panachim Saga, and today is July the 9th, 2023. And I will allow my sister to introduce herself. And please, like we said, please share, like. Help us. We are told that if you hit like as you're watching, it will help to decrease the play work that, our owners are doing on the background. So, however way you can help us to overcome that, we'll appreciate. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Sister Mona. Thank you, our viewers, our partners in progress. Thank you for coming this morning again, and maybe afternoon in some places and night in some places. So we appreciate that we have a global audience. So wherever you're watching us from, greetings. And please, like my sister has said, help us to share, like, subscribe, send specifically to your pastors, your politicians, your traditional leaders, your social influencers. You know them, those in your contact list. Spread it to them. They need to know, they need information. So my name is Dr. Ekwi Simon Okube. I live in Lexington, Kentucky. And let's give us food for thought as you share, like, and subscribe. Those in YouTube, please hit the notification button so that once this video drops, anytime it drops, you'll be alerted and be part of it. Subscribe as well. Any change in Nigeria that does not involve the immediate pulling down of the Caliphate stroke British 1999 constitution is a waste of everyone's time. This is said by NINAS, Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination, the people, the owners of the land. You see, when you demand change, it is an act of irresponsibility for you not to define the type of change you are demanding. And at least get terms and conditions that we apply.
Mhm.
And also make people sign documents to that effect, as well as reminding them that there will be consequences if those terms are not abided to. This is how people in the Western world make changes in their world. They do not gamble with their destiny,
Hmm.
expecting a change to come by accident. They work towards it, put things in place step by step, and they see the result of what they desire. Thank you so much. Please continue to share and like. We'll hit the ground running. Thank you, Sister Mona.
Thank you, Sister AP. Our brother Chineme Chika. Did I hear you say not even Messiah can fix Nigeria? That's a blasphemy, and I hope you know. Thank you for that feedback. We welcome all feedback, my dear. So yeah, he's not coming to fix anything. He's waiting for you. Chineme Chika. You better begin to walk in your neighborhood more. Yeah, this world without end. It will never end, and you will be in fire. Nobody is coming. Nobody is coming. Our other people are sitting on this earth enjoying themselves, going on vacation, eating life, and you are waiting for Messiah to come and fix it. Not even Messiah is coming to fix it. He's waiting for you to fix it. If you begin the work, if you begin to do what you're supposed to do, now your Messiah will come and do the rest. But he's not going to sit for you to lie to him, show up on a Monday service and go to where they're doing abracadabra every Sunday, jumping from one pole to another and all kinds of stuff. He's not coming. He will only come when you do what you're supposed to do. Moya, another 400 years will go. They will come and collect you. You will be their slaves. You will be working for them while they are enjoying their lives, and nobody will come to save you. So I'm glad you asked that question. It goes with our topic today. We want to awaken the spirit of our people, including your spirit. Because one of our biggest reasons of bringing this topic is for people like you, because they're always confusing what God has said that He's going to do for us. They have cajoled us to want to just believe in God for everything. Instead of you to be in the hospital, you believe God that there will be no sickness. Instead of you to build a road that are safe, you believe God that when you travel, there will be no accident. You are not doing what you're supposed to do. So no amount of your belief will help. God in your so that you matter that you're driving a car, the road should be safe. There should be road safety. There are other things that will keep you safe. More, you will have an accident, you will die there. It has nothing to do with God. And He will not change him, or He will still be our God. God will remain God. So don't get it twisted, my brother. We all need to do the work, including me. Okay? So thank you for that quick feedback about what it about blasphemy. Blasphemy is the lies that we've been told for years. Years where we went to sit down and be waiting for God to do things for us. That's blasphemy. God, I would have wiped out everybody. Like what? 400 years, 1 million years back, I would have wiped out everybody. But He's there patiently waiting for us to do the right thing. So it's time for us to wake up. Like our topic goes today, awakening the spirit of our people. Even the Bible makes us to understand the conscience of a man searches and examines all the innermost parts of his being. If you are an educated person, if you have actually an educated conscience, you're going to remain dead and prone to making wrong decisions because you have lost all the guiding of your soul. You need to know what is going on so you can make informed decision. Africans have been fed many lies, brainwashed through different religious and political permutation. For years, they've been doing this, many, many years. The social engineering is so complete, and Nigerians so spiritually pinned down that they cannot be aroused by the news of the prison breaking of over 150 top Boko Haram terrorist commander from Kuje prison. Obasanjo, God will do it for them. While the commander-in-chief goes AWOL. Somehow, our people, because they've been praying and believing and praying and believing, they believe that the terrorists will bow at the sight of PVC, or the name of the guy that you guys are promoting for PVC. You see, the destruction of Africa took a careful and well-thought-out strategy from the colonial masters. As we discussed last week, your country does not belong to you. It has never belonged to you. Therefore, dismantling these evil colonial structures and the subsequent restoration of the African heritage would take a careful and well-designed strategy like the Nina's propositions. So to begin this work, we must be, everyone, including me, we must be at the highest level of consciousness so that we can begin this massive work ahead of us to awaken the spirit or conscience of the indigenous Africans. There is this huge need to re-educate our minds properly. And the first step is to remind us of our identity, who we are. There is no way you can be a lion and you're playing with dogs. You don't even know that you're a lion. When you're supposed to be commanding the whole forest. So sad. When Africans become conscious of who they are, they will become mindful and intentional about their words and actions. If not for anything, for the sake of our children. If not for anything, for the sake of the next generation. We thank those that are awake, asking the right question, getting involved, gathering information about how these masters started using even religion as a state agent to make sure that if our house is on fire, instead of having fire department and water hydrant next door, no, we'll be believing God for it. We'll be believing God that in this Soraka, people that wash their clothes with hands save the water so that when the building is on fire, they will pour the dirty water from washing their clothes. Enough of the BS, total BS. We have to do more. Just like we like to do on this show, we want to show evidence of how, thank God for people that are putting out this video to show us evidence of how we have been kept sleeping, believing, because that's what they have reduced us to. God will do it for us. I was once a believer. So much belief that I handed my credit card. Redeemed Church of Christ was charging my credit card every Sunday because I was believing God. To do what? I don't know. My husband was treating me well. The kids are well behaved. My mortgage has been paid. I was just handing it, I guess, for them to fuel their jets. I could have used that money and raise up a whole village, take care of students, children to go to school, pay teachers their salaries, to make sure children are being taught, insist there's an industry that should be built in our neighborhood, instead of having 10 million churches and nothing to take care of. Not even a hospital, y'all. Not even a hospital. Enough is enough. I'll allow my sister to add while I pull up the first video of the day.
Thank you so much, Dr. Munachi. Enough is enough. We are the people, excuse me, are the ones to say, Ozugozian is enough. And you know what? We are able to do that. That is part of why we come here every Saturday, to give you the information you need. Because like my sister said, a conscience that is uneducated is dead. Because there's nothing. The light is off. In the brain, you can't connect. You can't even see something and connect and understand. It's your conscience that will make you know, to connect what you're seeing, what you're hearing with the surrounding. Is your conscience. So when your unconscious is empty, doesn't know nothing, is sleeping, it's dead, you won't see anything. It will not make sense to you. How did they kill your conscience? By feeding you with lies, hypocrisy, falsehood. And instead of waking up your spirituality, they killed your spirituality. You now become what we call Sidon de look. You are looking, you're seeing. Otianya fuzo. Your eyes are open, but you're seeing nothing. It took years for this to happen. And that's why we're also taking years to wake you up. Tetanonola, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up. Fire is consuming us. Wake up. And we are going to one by one with all the chains, because they killed us and tied us with different chains, tied our minds that we are not able to reason and understand. We are not able to apply logic, practical solution, because you have to believe it by faith. Yes, if you are sick, Keep saying, I'm healed, I'm healed, I'm healed, and you'll be fine. That the church people will go to hospital abroad, everywhere, and secure best treatment. But why people will
they,
still
they will even try to do a kidney transplant, still a kidney. That's how serious they
steal a
are.
kidney, my dear, and
Mhm,
Chukwokike cut them.
mhm.
God cut them. Bam! You cannot leave my people without hospital, and then you carry your own child to go and harvest organ.
Mm.
Say no. Move that, whatever spirit that moved the, the boy. It's the same thing that they have set up. So we're going to start with this video. It's talking about the church. For the longest time, the church has promoted education. Education. Somebody will say, okay, it's good to go to school. It's good to get educated. It's good to get. They were asking, at what cost? And what is the purpose of the education that the church pushed for years? Why did the church, like the agenda of the colonial masters, the church took it over to run it?
We knew it wasn't for us. They were
Yes,
getting something from it. A lot.
exactly. Exactly. So our resources were being carted away while they were giving us their type of education that makes us gullible and subjugated. Because the essence of education, like we said, is supposed to lit your mind. When you're properly educated, when you're given the type of information that you should get, your mind does boom, it's like light. The entrance of the word of God, the true word of God, is like light and lit your mind. How come their own type of word of God, as is entering, we are sleeping
We
and
are
we are
captive.
gullible, we are subjugated, we are just like morons. We are saying it is time for us to reevaluate the type of spirituality that is being preached to our people in the name of religion, be it church, be it Islam, whatever it is that they have brought in. There is a level of falsehood in it. How did we know? The result we are seeing. So you don't need to come and start saying, oh, no, 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 don't talk about the church. Oh, don't talk about Muslim. Don't. The result we are seeing shows that it's not working. Something is not right. But how did they start? Because what we do on this show, when we identify a problem, we get to the root. It's okay, let's get to when it was started so that we'll be able to understand what happened. Because when you understand what happened, it will make sense. You begin to connect dots. So please, our sister Gravitas, take it away and tell us what you found out. So I think there's a technical glitch and it's going to come back. We want to begin to make amends. Want to find out what is going on, how we got into trouble, and begin to fix it. Is Amuna, are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I can't see you.
My dear, I hit the wrong button, so I'm
Oh,
coming. Keep talking.
okay. All right. So let me continue to talk. So please, my people, it's time for us to begin to reevaluate what we call the spirituality, the type of spirituality we have embraced. Our topic, remember, is awakening the spirit of the people. Our spirit is so important because your spirit is what makes you to be sensitive of your surrounding and the happenings in your vicinity. So it's so important. The spirit of the man is that vital thing that makes a man who he is, not your physical body. So your spirit is so important. The result you get in your life depends on whether your spirit is alive or dead. Some people call it conscience, your spirit or your conscience. So But when somebody has made your spirit to die by feeding you with lies and falsehood, you will not get the type of result that you want. So in awakening the spirit, we need to find out where we got it wrong first. We need to get down to the root and say, okay, because all the time our life, we are spirits, our spirit, we are alive. In Africa, we are spiritual people. There was a time our spirit, we are very alive to the environment and things going on. But somehow over the time, we are dulled. Our mind just like somebody went and turned off the lights, and the light in our brain just went pakam. Who did it? For what purpose? What did they have in mind? Why did they do that? So in making that correction, we need to find out what happened. Are you ready, sister?
Yes.
Okay, please go ahead.
Native culture, destroying spirituality in the name of education. In the United States, Catholic priests partnered with authorities to colonize Native Americans. In Africa, the church helped pave the way for colonization. The Catholic Church acted as an agent of the state. It contributed to the dispossession of the indigenous people. It helped Imperial Britain build, control, and acquire new colonies. In sub-Saharan Africa, the British were happy to pay for children to attend mission schools. These schools were expected to make the people of Africa more governable and create workers and consumers for the empire. Here's a study by Norrell A. London. It says, in Trinidad and Tobago, the curriculum is designed with the intention to promote obedience, order, and punctuality. Also, the willingness to occupy the lowest rungs of the job and societal structure. The Catholic Church established primary schools in colonial northern Peru in the 18th century. Do you know why? To turn rebellious subjects into dutiful citizens of the Spanish Empire. Here's a research paper called White Teachers and the Good Governance of Indigenous Souls. It argues that in southern Australia, missionary education was aimed at securing a racial hierarchy. Students were repeatedly schooled on white hegemony. The scholar writes, the missionary was, quote-unquote, implicated in extending a system of disciplinary control over Anangu bodies, minds, and souls. Anangu are the indigenous people. The question is, why was the church acting like an agent of the state? The answer to that goes back to the Roman Empire. After Romans adopted Catholicism, the church became interwoven with the notion of divine sanctioned conquest. The Roman Catholic Church took it upon itself to spread Christianity, to convert indigenous people. The age of discovery came with an opportunity, and the church became a major part of and a justification for colonization. Colonial powers claimed that they were trying to civilize the masses. The church agreed. I'm not saying the Catholic Church has zero contribution to education. It has helped set up schools in third world countries, made education affordable in developing countries. In many cases, especially in Africa, missions set up formal schools even before governments did. But all of this was not without vested interest. Let me give you some more examples.
All right, we'll post this video. She has some more things to say in its entirety so you can see exactly what the church did to you. Go ahead, Sister Queen.
Thank you, my sister. So it's important for us to understand how this whole process of killing our spirit started and what was the gain in it. So they brought the church to Africa as business, not a way to help Africans grow in their spirits. It wasn't to awake the spirituality of Africans, Nigeria inclusive. And that is why they came from different angles. Rome brought their own kingdom. Greece brought their own kingdom. Germany brought their own kingdom. England brought their own kingdom. So it's about kingdom establishment. When you hear kingdom, that's the king domination of the king. So when they are bringing Roman Catholic Church, it's about domination of the kingdom of Rome, domination of your people. Your people are dominated. Why? So that they can take your resources and you will not know. No matter what they did, if what they had in mind was spiritual growth, there will be unity. Because it's the same Christ we are preaching, is it not? It's the same Christ. So we're not going to have little kingdoms here and there. Of course, when the local church people now took over, some of our brothers from Yoruba land established their own kingdoms. So they became the kingdom, their individual kingdoms. Mbaka's kingdom, Ebube Monso's kingdom, Paul Enenche's kingdom, Adeboye's kingdom, Abioye's kingdom. All these kingdoms, that's why we could not unite when the flood of terrorists came upon us, because everybody is dragging his or her own kingdom. Yeah, you cannot find unity. It's about kingdom interest, the interest of their own kingdom, the interest of Roman Catholic kingdom, the interest of Anglican kingdom, the interest of Baptist kingdom, the interest of all of them, deeper life, shallow life. They're all kingdoms. And you know what? They established businesses in the land. Some will sell anointing oil, some will sell anointing water. We saw Odumeje when he was being manhandled. We were expecting him to bring his anointing water and sprinkle on those security agents. No, he was fighting physically. He charged up. He was fighting because his life was in danger. That is a normal reaction. So these pastors have a normal reaction, but they will bring a false reaction to my people, selling them falsehood, selling them lies and hypocrisy. So that as they finish, they set up their business. You know, when they gather number of people, it's business. They establish pure water. Like Mbaka has a pure water industry, which he did not employ all his church members, because if he's ready to help our people, he should establish that pure water so that every member of the church will be a stakeholder and have dividends and all that, so they can do it as partners. No, it's in Mbaka's personal business, and the church members are all drinking, buying it. So whether it's olive oil that's selling, whether it's pure water that's selling, whether it's expensive schools they build, they will use the sweat of members to build. When it's a personal business, it's not something you will build it. The people will build it, but you will not benefit from it. It's for their families, their children. That's what they do. I give you an example. RCCG Holland, Redeemed Christian, they are in deep debt right now as we speak. What happened? Adeboye will go there for crusade with his private jets and then park it over there. Parking takes millions of euro a day. Why are you coming in that? Is business and affluence. And you know what? They will rent a stadium that will cost over 100,000 to 150,000 euro. How many people? For what purpose? The white people are watching us. Are we crazy? Are we mad? Meanwhile, the church members are poor people that are earning maybe 2,000 euro. They have not even, when they finish paying their own house rent, money will finish. You see, there's serious crisis there as we hear. That is just one of them. There's so many of them. People are frustrated because what they are preaching to them is not what they're seeing. Everybody is living in Gbese, what we call Gbese in Nigeria, like living in debt. But they have to keep quiet because they have been brainwashed and subdued into Sidon the look. Things that do not make sense. They are looking at this and it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that the church, that somebody is coming to do crusade will come and create huge debt for church members that are working for heaven. It doesn't make sense. But they will not talk because it's Papa Gio. It's Papa Gio. It's Papa, this one. It's a Ebube Monso. It's Mbaka. They are conversing with Holy Spirit. You see the dangers of fake church, the dangers of fake religion. We are bringing it out. Fake church leaders. What we have is church mafia. It is not for the spiritual growth of the
and they will go to any length to continue the enslavement.
They will go to any length. If the power they have, the oratory, the power they have, the power of oratory, like my sister said, they talk, blah, 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 blah. You know, it's marketing. So when you're doing marketing, blah, 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 they do it here to us now. These marketers in US, they will sell you a pack of shit. You won't even know when you sign up and buy it. It's marketing. So if that one is not working, they will go and get some more demonic forces to get the people docile like this video that we're about to show you. If these forces are working, like you see what this man said, how they had to go and get, because he was looking for people to join his church. His church was not growing, as they will say it. So he needed more people to come, because the more people you have, the more the business and more money. So if you don't have crowd, you're looking for crowd. What can I do to bring more people so that my business will boom? And then I'll make more money and I become the king of the kingdom. So this man had to go and get some type of forces. And we're saying, if those forces are genuine, those forces that are using to make our people gullible and fall under anointing, when the colonial masters came, why didn't they use those forces to stop the colonial masters? These forces that they used to manipulate and blindfold our people. Why is it that these forces do not work when the Fulani terrorists come? Why wouldn't they say, cha, poo, and then the terrorists will disappear?
My dear, only work on already on enslaved people. That's who you work on. You're already enslaved, so they will continue.
So we're telling our people it's time for us to begin to think critically and begin to understand what is happening, what is doing us. We might know what we think we are doing, but do we know what is doing us? Something is doing us, something is manipulating us, something is moving us. Can we begin to understand it so that we'll know how to challenge them and take back our sovereignty and our life? Please go ahead, my sister.
So sad.
How, when you got close to these people, you started to notice that they said you needed to go travel out to Nigeria, to somewhere in West Africa and get some powers. You ended up traveling to Mozambique, to Zimbabwe, to different places. But first of all, you traveled to Nigeria. And they were telling you you needed a man of God or somebody to give you power. Now you traveled down, and then you ended up going to a place that was a shrine. You were heading on to people who were basically sangomas. Who were doing muti or juju.
Juju. Yeah, so they call it.
That's what it's called in West Africa. It's called muti here. It's juju. Now, how is it that you, as a spirit-filled believer, walking into this environment where there is all this evil spirit? You talked about going to a shrine to the god of iron, Shango. To the god of iron, Shango, somewhere in western Nigeria, and all that. How could you? Why did you run away? Why wasn't there a repulsion? I would think that a child of God, spirit-filled, will have a repulsion that will make him run away.
I think what happened is that before I could depart to Nigeria, I had a connection with this juju man. He was sending things that I should use. So I think using those things, somehow spiritually they blinded me.
Bewitched you.
Yeah, they bewitched me. Because of I was given things to bath at night before I could travel. Now I found myself that I wanted to save every cent I had for that particular trip. In my heart, I knew that what I'm going to do is not something that is in the will of God. But because I was blinded spiritually, I could not make any other choice but to follow what they wanted me to do.
So you traveled down and you came back with some powers.
Yes,
describe some of the powers you were given, the kind of things they said this thing will be doing for you.
When I traveled down, they gave me some of, it's more of a calabash. It had some statues inside, some sand where they took it from the river. It has some cowries inside. It was covered with some white cowries and some feathers there. And I was instructed that when you get home where you are, you should take it to the nearest river where you stay, so that you introduce this God into the God of the river, so that it can work for you in your environment where your church is, so that when you pray for people there, it will be the marine spirit from that water working with the juju they gave me to do miracles. That's what I've done.
So you did that, and things started to change for you.
I was shocked. Even today, as I'm seated with you, there are certain things that I'm battling to understand. Because when I brought those things, I started to see huge change in my church. The church that was not growing, I started to see change. I was praying, people were not falling down. When this juju came in, I just said fire. People were rolling. I could not understand what was happening, but now I understand it was the evil force
that was being used to manipulate people. Now,
Yes.
now people were coming in, and
Yes.
the whole thing was growing. You said in the book you became known as
Kata kata. Kata pastor.
which became a household name around the area where you were. You were in Shashangobe,
Yeah, in Soshanguve, Pretoria.
in Pretoria. Now, did this drive away some people who were there with you early on? I mean, before you left, you had a few members,
Yes.
people who were saved.
Yes.
So, what was their reaction when you came in?
There were people who left the church
When you came with this,
when I came with this new operation,
Yeah.
because there are others in the church, they are prayerful.
Mm.
And the moment they start to see something is wrong here, the Holy Spirit in them give them a conviction.
And then
All right, we're going to stop this video right here. Sister Ekwe, this pastor reminds me of my time at Redeem. When they come from Nigeria to pray, they will say you, because I'm there looking at them like this. They will leave everybody. I say, you, the sister there, the sister there. I will refuse to answer. Somebody beside me will say, sister, they are calling you. You. I said, no. They know that you're looking at their charade. You know what I mean? And they want you to come so they can put they already told them, that one where they know they hear, bring them to the front and touch them with your juju hand. I said, nobody is touching me. Something like this, like Onyamine. They will say, that sister, I need you to come up. I said, no, I'm not coming. My dear.
In the church, I asked a lot of questions. One day, pastor was like, Sister Pat, you didn't ask questions today. I said, because there's no question to ask. He said, I prayed for God to tie your mouth. Because I go with my brain. But then people, we're not saying you should not go to church. Please do not leave your brain at home. Go with your brain. Even God said, come, let's reason together. And you see in this video that we played, the man said some people that were more observant, when they noticed what was going on, they moved out of that environment. That is the natural reaction. You have to pay attention. Do not allow somebody to manipulate your spirit. Are there forces in this world? Yes, there are forces, both good forces and bad forces. But if you pay attention, if you are alert in your own spirit, and honestly, you don't need to go and do anything to get alert. You just need to say, I want to be alert. Just bring your brain and say, okay, if it does not make sense, I will ask more questions. I will do more finding. I will think through it. I will sleep over it. If you see anybody or any force moving you to do something, bring your money, bring your money. You say, I don't know what made me to bring my money. You are being manipulated. You are being manipulated. Because the spirit, God gave you brain for you to use your brain. Anytime you see that your brain is being suspended and there's a force moving you to do things that you cannot explain, things that you cannot sit down and critically analyze and it makes sense, know that you are being manipulated and leave that environment as fast as your leg can carry you. We are not saying there are no forces. There are forces in this world. The world, the universe, the world that we live, we have certain forces. However, the force in you, the spirit of a man, rules over all forces because you were created to dominate the whole world and the forces in the world. So do not underrate yourself. Do not belittle the spirit that is in you as an individual, no matter who you're dealing with. Be it a bishop, be it whoever. Ask yourself, what this person is telling me, does it make sense? And ask that person that is telling you, begin to ask them some critical questions. Use your brain. But because they deceive our people, that is why the colonial masters and now the Islamic terrorists are coming to massacre us. That is why they manipulated us and kept us underdeveloped and backward. There is no development. It's manipulation. Our spirit, they manipulated the spirit of our people. No development. These people are all partners of evil. No development. The more churches they build, the more mosques they build, the more our people are going backward.
Backwards left us vulnerable for anybody to
vulnerable. My sister, that's it. They left us vulnerable. Anytime you see an unsustainable practice replacing your spirituality or your heritage, begin to ask questions. Begin to ask questions. Because they did these things to justify colonialism and slavery. They intentionally destroyed our culture, our languages,
Who we are.
yes,
Everything
our
about us.
identity,
Everything.
our prosperous way of life. My people will say, Onyaga na 1 year. Like, you look after your environment, you look after your people, you are very conscious of your brother and sister. Has he eaten? Has he not eaten? No, but when they brought this religion, they made you start fighting your mother, your sister, your clan. Everybody became your enemy because they don't believe in your kingdom. So it's about kingdom establishment. And why they're establishing these kingdoms in your neighborhood? You are telling you to wait. When you die, that's when you enter the kingdom of God. Meanwhile, the Bible said that the kingdom of God is coming here. That means that God is coming to rule over us, to take us to our destiny, not human beings. What you have in our land is not the kingdom of God. It's not God being king in the land. God was king in our land before these business people came. They came and brought their own individual and their nation's kingdom and established it in your land to siphon your resources and told you to suspend your own kingdom. When you die, that's when you receive it. That's why everywhere you look, all you're seeing is divide and conquer strategy. How can you plan anything with people that you don't understand their language and their culture? Does it make sense?
Does it make sense?
Do you understand? In your family, for instance, you go and bring somebody that doesn't understand your language and your culture, say it's your family member. Do you think you people will prosper? This is even the strategy that God used in Tower of Babel. Change their languages and send them out. So when somebody comes to your neighborhood, start piecing you, changing you, cutting you into pieces, is to conquer you so that you will never be united. That's what they use for slavery. That's what they use for colonialism. That's what the terrorists are using today, the caliphate. That's what they're using. And we're saying the only reason that's succeeding is because your spirit is not awake. If your spirit, you listening to us right now, if your spirit is awake, there's no way these people will conquer us.
No way. They are not that smart.
They are not that smart. They are not that. All you need to do is to wake up in your spirit. Begin to use your brain to ask questions. Go to the church with your brain. Go to your political meetings, wherever you are traditional.
If you ask me, I don't even think they should go because they have turned them into addicts.
Exactly.
Addicts cannot help themselves.
Exactly.
They have turned them into addicts. If they are not addicted to obedience, they are addicted to articulation. If they're not addicted to articulation, they are addicted to radio broadcast that promise them Biafra. If they are not addicted, it's like they are looking for something that will cause a serious addiction, because if they don't take their cocaine, their brain will scatter.
You're correct.
You don't understand. They are
run away.
Like in the addiction, I don't even think any standard of care will heal these people. Because the addiction is so much. Can you imagine the manipulation from birth to up till now? Yeah, that's why you go to some villages. I was saying to take about a village called the Ewuchimo group of companies. Ewuchimo, that's the only solution they have for every problem. The house is on fire. Ewuchimo means, oh my God, your child is dying by accident every day. Ewuchimo. They don't have any implementation of anything. So we are talking about serious addiction that you literally have to withdraw, pull yourself out from it, let the withdrawal symptoms go through, and then you come out of it. Because that's what they do in places where there's no formal treatment. They will lock you up, you will get seizure, you will get hot, you will get cold, your body will be shaking. All these things will be happening to you, and over time, after a few days, your body now will recover. You will be weak, you will be tired, but the things will come out of your system. So when we talk about addiction, go ahead.
You're so correct. You're so correct, my sister. That is it. Run away from them. You're correct. Because that's
it's insane.
Yes.
They cannot over this. Think about how they jump from getting their Biafra.
Yes.
to now they are politicians.
P2B now, they are full-time politicians now.
They will come and tell you, get your PVC, but we're not going to tell you who to vote for. Just get your PVC. And you guys know that that will never work. We're talking about serious addiction. If they don't take that drug, nothing happens. They have to have their drugs. They must have it. They have to have some form of addiction or the other. They cannot function in a state of normality. That does not work for them anymore. You see that they are functioning in the state of lies. You see that they are functioning in the state of pretense, because they don't want to. Jesus, they can't handle the truth. They cannot handle the truth. You must tell them lies, and then you see them dancing and believing it. You show them Photoshop. Hey, Jehovah, their children will go and steal other people and do Yahoo. Hey, God, it's like addictions upon addictions until we begin to identify our people as addicts, serious addicts. We haven't even started the journey. And that's why we cannot afford for people to be sending them bad news. It's like somebody who is addicted to cocaine. Every day you go and blow some in the air so that it will get to their nose, even if they are not at the location. Even if they don't talk to the drug, if they don't come to the drug house, because you're blowing it out in the air, they are still getting more drugs. That's why the terrorists left Kuje prison. People are still hanging in Abuja, believing God to do it for us. So, we are believers of God. Messiah is not coming. He will not do it for you until you begin to do your work. You must awaken your spirit. Ask whoever that is holding you down, stay away from those churches. They are not coming to your aid. They will never come to your aid. They are living their best lives off of your misery. You will never hear them speak about something that will bring change. You will never hear them support anything that will bring change, because you know what change means to them? Change means that their livelihood will go down. As we are speaking, what happened in Sri Lanka or whatever, in Sri Lanka or whatever, is a child's play compared to what will happen to you guys and your politicians.
Yes.
Today, these people busted into the house of the president. He's coming over. Whether you're flying to London to go and sell kidneys and live in one of your 27 mansions, or you're still in Abuja, sleeping in all your concubines' mansions, he's coming. This rain, it's not rain. No, what the hell is rain? This tornado is coming. It will take everybody down. It will take everybody down. All of you are America. All of you are holding our people down. Yep. We fake promises of PVC. We face obedience. We face articulated. We face tibunated. The one that is about to die. He will stand in a podium. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know if he's there to use the restroom or poop on himself. And my people are here mentioning his names out in the air, surrounding it, giving more addiction, more drugs to my people that are already addicted. And you know better. And you know better that if we don't take back our country, because as we speak, your country doesn't belong to you. It has never belonged to you. It was handed over to foreigners who are there ready to kill you. They've already started. If they can exchange guard overnight and the next day they did their operation, they have taken over your country. Your country has now been handed over to terrorism or terrorists. They are coming. They are coming. The earlier you guys start gathering yourself and stop the lies, stop the fakeness, stop the pretense, stop the 1 million. Only God knows. God will say, they sent 2 ladies to come and give you guys messages. You refuse to answer. Please go back to your hell and continue to live there. As you are speaking, even God is sending them, the same people that came to colonize us, he's sending them to tell us, Nigerians, stop praying. Stop praying. You have to do practical things to solve practical solutions. God, the Bible will not come down and change your position. PVC will not change your position because the country does not belong to you. If the country belongs to you, since that we've been crying, you see how Boris Johnson was disappeared. He was ousted overnight. That's how it should be working in your vicinity, but it doesn't work that way. You see how your senator went. They changed his court date to the 8th of August. And somebody said, oh, do you know this man? He's a senator. He said, shut up. That doesn't work here. That should be happening in your country too, but it's not. So if you let the PVC deceive you, you will die a PVC death. You got one PVC. And word without end will continue, and God will continue to be God. As I said earlier, he's not coming down to do anything. No Messiah will come down to save you guys until you begin to do the work. Chinemeka, me again. No Messiah will change Nigeria until you begin to ask for that change that you're supposed to ask for. So as Black women, nobody respects us. Mothers will be here shouting. So let's see if this our white brother will tell you guys about the status of you and your religion in Nigeria. Maybe you guys will listen to him. We are trying every strategy, bringing every strategy to see if our people receive sense. So let this brother here, our white brother, tell you. So maybe you begin to understand the lowest, the lowest level of, assessment right now.
Finally, when you were making your speech, I was very interested when you mentioned about that this is not the time for us to sit down and be praying.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate, please?
Yeah. What the Europeans did when they missionated Africa, they put Christianity there. And the people in Africa they believe in God. They pray to God, and they were told, if you pray, then God will help you. But they didn't tell them that you have to do something. Yeah, God doesn't give you nothing if you don't put effort. And if you give money to the church, that the priest or the pastor pray for you, this is only for benefit for the pastor, but not for yourself. Because you can pray, and you can, the church is a communication. People sing, people pray, and then they should put effort to improve their lives. And not only pray. Praying alone is nothing.
Praying alone is nothing. Or the Merger will deceive you. He will tell you Ndaboski. So our God now is speaking German. Ndaboski, because the last time I heard ski, he came from over there. In our church, people would jump from one tree. I mean, he will turn his church into the biggest monkey forest you've ever seen. Your sisters and brothers will be swinging from one tree to another. The level of the seat is unimaginable. Like, whoa! Stop sabotaging God. We should stop making it look as if our God is not alive, because that's what we have reduced him to. We have churches everywhere and nothing is happening. We are making mockery of our God that any day he set everybody on fire, nobody should blame him. Stop mocking God with your fake churches. Stop mocking God with your prayer and midweek services and fasting and praying. Stop mocking God. Stop mocking God with your willow. Or willow could not, the one you guys goes to for 1 week or 2 weeks. Stop mocking God. Stop mocking God.
Shilo.
Willow, nana Shilo. Stop mocking God. Our God is alive and well. He is currently working in my life. Anytime he sees me doing something with all the obstacles, he will remove it from the road so I can pass. Because he sees me doing something genuinely and he's helping me genuinely. What our God and our Messiah is not going to do is for you to sit on your behind and believe in him for your problem. That's not going to happen. The rain, I heard that the rain that fell in Lagos yesterday, they have never seen that one. That's even nothing. Another one that will drown everybody and put you in the, what is that ocean close to them? Atlantic Ocean is coming. Another one is coming. Don't deceive yourself. Start doing the right thing. No amount of prayer. You heard him say it. Because if we say it now, some people will stop watching us. They will say every time, they're always talking about church. Our people are so brainwashed that even our brothers and sisters that are running churches here, when you go up to them and you say, let's tell our people what is going on, they are managing Igbo churches. So managing all these churches. When you tell them, let's tell our people what is going on, they will say, oh no, we don't do politics.
Hypocrisy.
Because again, they are brainwashed.
But they will
They have
invite
doctorate degrees, though.
But they will invite politicians. They will invite politicians.
They will invite politicians to come. So this is how destroyed our mind. And then when you talk to them, they will have an attitude. Stockholm syndrome. From church addict to cocaine addict to mini addict to Stockholm syndrome addict. All the addicts is in our land. That's why our people are not opening up their eyes. When you tell them what to do, they think it's all about believing. You will give your brother money, he will use it any kind of way, and they want to use it to even do juju. You know your brother is a criminal, you will go and give him money so that he will spend it unwisely, and then you start shouting. Stop giving your criminal brothers money to buy you stuff. It will not work. It's called using logic and reasons. Use it, please. God gave it to us. Stop sabotaging God. Stop sabotaging God with your decisions, with your attitude, with your fakeness. Stop sabotaging God and do the right thing. Our brother Isi Momodi said, Nina's template is the way out of our troubles. Please let us key in. My brother, they won't key in, but you know what? The make a key in is coming. You see how Sri Lanka now went into their president's home. My sister, when they didn't have bed, they actually went into the mansion. They didn't have bed, and they jump into swimming pool. They've never seen one before. They jump into swimming pool. They are doing all manner of stuff in the presidential mansion. Desperation will cause people to come and eat you. Desperation. You don't want to make people desperate. So if you have a heart, begin to tell our people to come out from the addiction hand on email. Instead of giving money to churches, use it to begin some type of construction in the neighborhood that will give children jobs. If there is need for water, maybe we all can do collect our money and then invest it in pure water so that we can sell it while we protect our land. Because you will throw the plastic everywhere and turn your land into plastic and want God to come and fix it. We must apply logic and reason in everything that we do. If not, no Messiah, no God will come. And I don't want him to come. We need to receive sense. Go ahead, my sister.
Thank you so much. Please help us like, share, subscribe, hit the like and all those love stuff so that we can get this message out to our people. Our people need to wake up. Our brother said, Isi Momodu, he said, church has been agent of deceit, graft, and control. That's what we're saying. Because we're saying, can the docility of the Nigerian Christians, even in the face of horror, be blamed on the nature of church teachings? Yes. The church, the way they are teaching our people, make them to be docile, easily controlled. They'll tell you to bring all your money. You will not think and you bring it. So
you haven't paid your child school fees. You have not given your wife money for food, but you will give it to the pastor.
Yes. So the church is teaching our people to be irresponsible. A woman, you have not cooked food for your husband. You're cooking for pastor and taking to him while he rapes you.
Nonsense.
You see, you are being irresponsible. You're sending your daughter to take food to the pastor when you know the pastor can rape her. You are being irresponsible. But what is making you to be responsible? Because you're not spiritually alert.
Even when they find that the pastor is sleeping with their wife, they are so captured. They will refuse to believe it.
Yes. So our brother Sylvester Okonkwa is saying, do not be follow or zombie. He said, according to Fela Kuti. He says, not today that they started warning us. People started warning us, even musicians, telling us, don't do follow. Allow your brain to work. Put your brain into whatever you're doing. Nwadimpa said, didn't they call Buhari a messiah? Even Kanu was called Supreme Savior. Now it's Obi that is obediating them. We know we have a good Messiah who loves his children. Okay, I'm talking about God. But all these fake people teaching our people fake things, it has to end. It has to end. It's time to embrace truth. It's time to stop lying to yourself. It's time to begin to ask all the questions that you need to ask. Why is it that these people are establishing their kingdoms and they're calling it church? It is business in our land. They are not drawing us closer to God. The more they build these business centers, the far away we get to God. We are so drawn away from God that God does not even, there's no personal relationship between us and our God. Before now, we had personal relationship to the extent that Ndị Igbo will say, Chigi, Onyekwe, Chiekwe. That means that Ndị Igbo believe that we are supposed to have a personal relationship with God.
Yes.
So it's not new. The church is not teaching us what we don't know. I mean, what they claim to be teaching. However, they brought a lot of kingdoms, different kingdoms in our land. That's why we are not uniting as we should, even in face of terrorism. But what's the essence of doing that? To make our minds to be dull so that they can siphon our resources to the foreign lands, where the original idol came from, where the original kingdom came from, whether it's England, Rome, Germany, Belgium, Arab, all the kingdoms from different places in our land, so that they can dominate us, steal our resources, and then we will never develop. We will never be who God has called us. So these different kings came with their own version of domination and lifestyle, and we all run crazy. We get addicted. Some are addicted to the king from Rome. Some are addicted to the king from England. Some are addicted to the king from Germany, France, all these kingdoms. We got addicted and neglect our own land. We say, what is the way forward? The way forward is to come out from among them. Leave your center of addiction. All those evil places, we need them torn down. They should be destroyed because they're not helping us. If they're not converting them into factories, they should pull them down. They're not helping us. Leave that place and go and seek your God. Your God is there waiting for you. You are busy deceived, and lied to. Why are Nigerians comfortable in the face of failure? Why is their conscience dead? Who killed the conscience of Nigerian people? That even in the face of horror, they are looking dull. Why are they spiritually dead? Right there. It's crazy. Somebody said something about Kanu, because it's the same thing. That's how Nnamdi Kanu was able to succeed with its deception.
My dear, he studied and saw the level of addiction. They know, because addicts, right?
Yes.
When they don't see cocaine, they will turn it down to marijuana. When they don't see marijuana, they will turn it down to morphine or fentanyl, or they have to take something.
Yes.
So it's the same way why when they don't see their emperor Messiah, you will see them now worshiping obedience. When you saw them, like, they have to have that addiction for their brain to function more, they are not able to do anything. When you tell them that this is the way out, they will tell you, oh, we are doing this or that strategy. Now, all of them, their leader believes in Tinubu. The other leader believes in Yakuba Kosahiawogen. Believe. They're just deceiving our people back and forth. And they know that PVC will not lead anybody to anywhere. But for them to tell the truth, tell our people the truth, so that they will begin the healing process. No, God forbid if they do that too. How on one had they addicted? They have to have some type of pacifier they are sucking, because their brain need that sucking mechanism for them to function. And we're saying enough is enough. Awaken your spirit. Remove yourself from every source of addiction. If you're addicted to your wife where you're not using common sense, run. Pack your stuff and run.
That's true.
You're addicted to your husband where when he sees your sisters that have not done anything to you guys, your husband will not allow you to see your siblings. Run. He's not a husband. We want every level of addictions to stop. Everybody should begin their healing process today.
Yes.
Because without this healing process, they will come back and throw another thing at us, and then the next level of addiction will start.
Yep.
We need healing. We need healing. Let's listen to this brother here to add to our topic for the day.
Yes. For the very first time, I don't have words to enunciate my thought process.
No kidding.
Words fail me for the very first time in a long time. I think it was Ludacris, the American rapper, that sang, "How low can you go? How low can you go? How low can you go?" And I think that's the question we're asking in Nigeria now. How low can we go as a nation? How low can we go as a nation with this Aki and Popo-esque kind of joke?
Jojo.
People come into our face and tell us all sorts of pantomime. Rubbish.
It's his turn. Shut up. Oh, his turn.
We all know if you allege you went to a school, the schools are still there. Let's write the school and they should reproduce the certificate as claimed before.
You can request it
GCI
online.
Ibadan is still there. Let's write GCI Ibadan. Write them to give you. Because you stated that in 1999. Write the other St. Paul School or a lawyer. For the man that said he doesn't even have anything at all.
That's all they can do for you guys. Lamentation. They will lament. They are the one that will interview them or put them on TV. So they'll be telling you more nonsense. Jagabon, you'll be listening to it. Now, they're asking themselves, how low? No, you, the reporter, how low can you go? You that have been promoting this nonsense going on in our land. How come you're not teaching our people what they need to know in order to question and challenge these politicians? How low can you go? How low? It's you, addicts, church addicts, politician addicts, brown reporters addicts. Honey, they are everywhere in our land. Any form of addiction is stuck in our land, and when our people are not getting what we are saying, they are not. That's why we are running in circles as if we have no brain. That's why in the China, as smallish as they are, they will come in our land and bring the giant man down on the floor. Who are these people if we know ourselves, who are these people to come in our presence to make any kind of gara-gara? No. We have reduced ourselves. As big as you are, you're just a bread. You reduce Wogi to nothing and somebody can swallow you all at the same time. All right, sister, continue.
Yes, my dear. It's time for us to wake up. Our brother Wadimba, he says, those who lie to the people will perish. I mean, the politicians. Nigerian politicians can lie like serpents. I'm telling you, every minute they're lying. They're lying. But unfortunately, that lie is making our people to be docile. Those deceptive things that are doing, manipulating our people, it's time to say no to it. He also said the teachers of the church are not qualified for that job. They are not well trained because they want to present their own teaching instead of the teaching of Jesus Christ. Any teaching that they give you that does not make sense, like somebody say, if somebody slap you, turn the other side and be slapped. Fine, slap the person that is selling this himself. Because it does not make sense. That is not a natural reaction for anybody that is being slapped. When you are being slapped, the natural reaction is either defend yourself or run away. So if anybody is teaching, so that person is not qualified to teach. He's not knowing what he's teaching. There's a lot of misquotes and misteachings, and people are not qualified to teach what they're teaching. That is why our people are spiritually down, and they have been pinned spiritually down by these cabals and owners of Nigeria. And we're saying enough is enough. No more teaching of our people, things that will not take them to where they're supposed to go. It's time to begin to ask questions. Anybody that tells you what does not make sense, ask that person question, like, why are you saying this? And find out if that person is even doing what he's saying. They are not doing, they don't say, they don't do what they're saying. They just keep, and that is why we are in the big trouble. Look at the Buhari they brought for us. Isn't all these church leaders that brought this Buhari? The product of the lying of the church, deceiving and manipulating us. Buhari went to Adeboye's church, and they don't know, they manipulate people, because by just bringing Buhari to their church, what have they done? They have single-handedly said, this is their choice candidate.
Yep.
And then the people stupidly started calling Buhari their Messiah. That he will do this, he will do that. But what they did is that they played the role of Judas' goat, manipulate our people and take them to where they will be slaughtered, and then they will walk away. While our people are being slaughtered, they will walk away. The evangelicals in America are talking about why is it that Christians are being killed in Nigeria. They are engaging their government to see what needs to be done. But what are people doing? Bring PVC. They say people are coming with AK-47. I don't know if anybody have ever seen those terrorists come in their motorcycle, like 200 to 300 motorcycles, each carrying three passengers with AK-47. At the end, you're talking about 600 to 900 AK-47 coming to attack one small community that is not up to maybe 500,000. And they come and wipe them off. Then your pastors, your church leaders, what they can say is bring PVC.
But church leaders that already have their exit strategy, right? Exactly. The Sri Lanka president today, before he left the palace, he was loading luggages. His stooges were loading luggages into the ship for him.
Can you imagine?
These people, their house is cooling down in Houston, Texas. Packed with their Rolls Royce and anything. If anything happens, I'm telling you, a lot of them are here during this summer. They will catch the next flight. They are probably American citizens because they have bought properties and they're giving papers. My dear, you're on your own, no?
My dear, Paul said that he has plan B. They already planned with their private jets. They move and leave you there.
They'll leave and move it, my dear. No, their children are not there. So they're there. You are there just helping them with their business. They are collecting money. They are doing buying and selling. They are collecting money. They are selling you fake Jesus and fake promises and fake prosperity. And you're giving them money. That's what they're doing. It's exchange of gift. They pray for you, give you their fake water there, whatever. You give them money for it. Like I told my daughter, I said, you're busy buying things online, giving online people your money, and they're bringing you trash. It's the same thing. You're ordering trash in case you eat too full. That's the same thing you guys are doing. You go and give these people church money. They will use it and build churches, buy cathedrals everywhere, buy jets, buy whatever, and you're still in abject poverty, and nothing will ever change for you and your children. You may get money now to build a house. Tomorrow, the same government that gave you a certificate of occupancy will say now your house is in the trash way. They will come and collect the house, knock down the house. So from you being rich today, that's it. And we're saying there's a way for us to build something that is sustainable. Sustainable meaning it will be there, just like JP Morgan. The JP Morgan, the old big owner of Chase Bank, they opened in 18 something. Up to today, and heaven has not ended. Heaven the money. That is possible for us to aim for something like that, where it will not have to end because your father died. Chidebere died. Chidebere transportation died within a year or so. For everything because my hunger, my policies and everything took everything out.
We can't live this life anymore this way. Do you know that this terrorist gave quick notice to 5 Plateau states? I mean, 5 villages in Plateau states. Imagine the audacity. What did Adaboye tell our people? He said, go and carry the jawbone of a donkey to defend yourself, because Samson used the jawbone of donkey. I'm not telling you to get guns. Go and carry the jawbone of donkey and use it. For terrorists carrying AK-47.
I wonder why he didn't take horse to go to the whole land he went. Yeah?
Exactly.
He used plane.
Here to deceive our people. As we speak, Kaduna has been taken over, surrendered, and Abuja is being encircled. Kubwa, they are there. Kuje prison, they just broke in to release those people that will do the actual killing that Melafia told you people about. Melafia told you people that in 2022, that war will break out. They have just released the people that will execute that war on you. They went to Shiroro, Niger State, and wiped out a whole battalion. All these are the armory around Abuja, and people are still sleeping. Why? Because the church refused to equip our people spiritually. They made them to be docile, gullible, and stupid with their stupid teaching. That they will tell you that, oh, Bring 1,000, give me 1,000, and then you have 1 million. Is that not kind of business? Does that make sense to you? Meanwhile, here, when people need money, they will just go and get a job. If they are doing one, they will start doing 3 jobs. If they are doing 3 days a week, they will add to 5. They will plan. It's okay. My salary is like this. If I do this, I will increase what I'm doing. But in Nigeria, there are no infrastructures. Why? Because the 1999 Constitution ensured that you will not have electricity, you will not have roads, you will not have infrastructure, you will not have hospitals, you will not have good leadership. That's what the 1999 Constitution came to do, is achieving in your land. So any change that you're preaching that does not involve the immediate pulling down of that book of Lucifer, you are deceiving yourself, just like you have been deceiving yourself with your church leaders, that we never do put practical solution to practical problem. They will be making you to hallucinate. Because you know what? They are all mad people. All those your church leaders need psychiatric evaluation. Like
immediately. All of them. Mm-hmm.
All of them are mad people. They are not normal. Which normal person will tell you in the face of AK-47 to go and bring the jawbone of a donkey?
My dear, they're like drug paints now. The drug paints that keep people addicted here now. It's the same thing. That's all they're doing. They are doing their job because they understand that at any cost, they must get their money. So if that means to keep you down where you get wiped up, that's fine. You know, they want the business to keep going until FBI arrests the drug pings, and then maybe some people will fall off and stop using drugs. So that's what you guys are waiting. These drug pings call themselves pastors and Daddy Geo and all these things. They are not for you. They have never been for you. They don't care about you. As we're telling you now, they know the alternative. They know about Nina's proposition. They know about the framework that we have put in place. Every one of them have been visited. My Bishop Ukoka, how, my Daddy Gio, how, even Jesus Christ himself.
Tunde Bakare, Chris Okotie, all of them received this proposal.
The person in charge of Igbo Catholic here, I have personally told him about what is going on, but he doesn't want me to come to the church and tell our people because it's politics.
Yes.
But every day they will pray for one Nigeria until we stop them. Let us pray for one Nigeria. Your people don't even know what is going on here, that they are still singing Nigeria anthem when they are doing Igbo Catholic dinner. That's how out of touch our people are.
And evil. How evil also. Because they know, like, look at Tunde Bakare. Every day he's hearing voices telling him that he has to be president of Nigeria. Is that not schizophrenia? He's schizophrenic. Hearing voices, auditory hallucination that tells him that he's president of that. And people are still going to that church and clapping hands and following him.
Addicts, my dear, addicts. You don't expect any differently for them, you know, of them. They are addicts. So they have to get their medication. They have to get their cocaine called church. They have to get, and they're not, the worst part of it is that if they are even addicted to this church and they're doing godly things, I will thank God.
Exactly.
But no, they will go, they will do all the demonic things in the world. Then they will go to church and thinking it's going to clean it up so that they can go back and do some more. That's how bad it is. So evil in all their ways.
Evil. So evil and wicked. In all their ways.
You're building churches, nothing is happening in your land. You don't have jobs for graduates. Parents will go and sell their last land, their last wrapper, their last gold to put their children through school, and there's nothing to show for it. So now a double jeopardy. You now took their last resources and their last hope, and then you dash it. And then you want them to believe God to do it for them. Let the healing begin. Awaken your spirit.
Let the healing begin.
Awaken your spirit. It's not that complicated, and the Messiah is not coming. You're going to live and die and move on, and life without end will continue. Why must we be on this universe and wait to enjoy our benefits in heaven? Why? Who said? Or if we have to enjoy, it will be the one that will enslave our brothers and sisters while we enjoy.
Yes. They have to die before they go to the kingdom. Why you have your own kingdom here on earth? You and the slave masters that sent you. because they are all agents of the colonial masters. The politicians are agents of the colonial masters, and they are agents of the politicians because they bring the politicians inside the church, anoint them, pray for them, and send them out. Criminals, non-criminals. The church leaders will recruit them, pour oil on them, introduce them to the people. These are wolves. And then somebody said they're representing God. No, they're not representing God. They are agents of Lucifer in our land, and they need to collapse. All of them, one by one, except they begin to make sense. To join the people in their struggle, the correct way, not asking them to use PVC to fight AK-47. Otherwise, their churches will be pulled down. The land will find a reason to pull your church down, whether you're Dumejo, whether you're whatever, because you are not doing the work that the ancestors want you to do. And God will watch and everything will go down. And soon you start losing your children, because the women that are losing their children, they are human beings. You cannot post your children abroad and come to our land to be doing business with your colonial masters and your criminal politicians and expect your children to be alive. No more.
While our brothers and sisters are being killed every day.
No more.
Every day. When they reduce Zoha, Omaka that are already suffering from all manner of evil that is going on in that contraption. You guys went and promised them something you will never, you know you're not going to bring. Some of you told them to run into the bush and forest and stay there. Every day you turn on the internet, our brothers and sisters are being captured and they are doing confession every day. Young boys that could have easily become engineers, that could have been the savior of the next generation, that could have been anything that they wanted to be. You guys just captured them, prisoners of their own destiny, and have them be running in circles. Let's listen to this brother.
Who recruited these children?
God forbid. Why would they ask? Why would they ask? Their savior and their Lord is in charge. Let's listen to our brother so you can hear what he's saying about. He cannot live in that country called Nigeria because this world without end is going to end in Nigeria. That's where it will start, if there's such a thing.
Had an interview with the President General Muhammadu Buhari, retired, and he was asked to rate his performance on the three key metrics: anti-corruption, economy, and security, upon which he campaigned. And despite the widespread insecurity and the worsening economic situation in Nigeria, the president says his administration is leaving Nigeria in a far better place than they found it. What's your response?
But he said the truth.
How do you mean?
Okay. The truth is sometimes not what we think it is. It is what the speaker of the truth believes the truth to be. If the speaker of the truth elects to be subjective in stating the truth, what you need to do is take a man at his word and then properly dissect what he's saying to you. The man says he's leaving Nigeria in a by far better state than he met it in relation to the anti-corruption battle, the economy, and security. But he's told you the truth. The question is, what does better mean within the context of General Buhari's usage? I think we should be careful to listen to the man and take him at his word. Incidentally, I believe it was 4 or 5 years ago, Facebook and the internet has a memory worse than an elephant. So I was checking my memories this morning, and I saw a place where I had said, just indulge me for a second.
Please take your time.
I said, the only reason why General Buhari has not done anything about the insecurity and the several threats. Okay, so I said on June 25th, 2018, I said, why has it been impossible for Buhari to stop the killings in the Jos Plateau? I asked that question and I then answered it. I said complicity and rank indifference. This was back in 2018, 4 years ago. I said that. I think on the same day, on the very same day, I said Plateau, Taraba, Benue, when will enough be enough? And at what point would Buhari and his apologists admit that he is both incompetent and complicit? This was said on June 25, 2018. That is 4 years ago. That is because I was judging Buhari based on the objective realities that I could see. Buhari would believe that he has succeeded insofar as security is concerned because Buhari is the principal destabilization agent in the Nigerian state. Buhari does not configure the interest of the Nigerian state or interpret them in the same way that you and I interpret them. The principal motivation behind Buhari's exertion at any point in time is not what is good for Nigeria, it is what is good for the Fulani.
The new best way to make money online that nobody's talking about is something you've never heard of before. Is using Audible. So these right here are.
So when you begin to interpret his words within the prisms of those interpretations, you use those parameters to interpret his words, you begin to understand why he will tell you that the security situation in Nigeria today is better than he met it. It is better within the context of the Fulani's design for Nigeria, which is a design of conquest. So the security architecture of Nigeria has been compromised to the point where the Fulanis are running riot across the length and breadth of Nigeria. So yes, Buhari is quite correct within the context of his own strategic objective in saying that he has left Nigeria security-wise better than he met it. So let's be clear about that. It is when you elect to interpret it based on your own expectations of Mr. or General Muhammadu Buhari that you end up with your fallacious conclusions. You must take the man at his words and stop finding reasons beyond what he has offered you. That is one. When you look at anti-corruption, Buhari could never afford corruption. There was no way Buhari could afford corruption. It is delusional for anyone to have expected Buhari to fight corruption. How could he afford corruption?
Again, this is because I like the way he said that, you know, he's making his inference based on the objective that he gathered around. That's what people do when their mind is still working.
Yes.
Yeah. So our people will see Kuje prison breakout. They will see helicopter killings. They will see this one. They will see that one. We have seen many videos of villagers being cut up like meat. That because they don't have any objective, proposition of coming up with something they have seen around them.
They are not trained to do that because the church is teaching them not to be practical. When you are sick, you don't go to hospital. You sit down and say, I'm healed, I'm healed, I'm healed. So when you see terrorists coming, you say, I'm protected, I'm protected, I'm protected. You see? It's the same way.
Try.
They are teaching, they have taught our people this for 100 years. So our people are not able to make practical deductions. Like to look at a problem and say, okay, this is the problem. Let me analyze it, get to the root cause of this problem, and then get appropriate solution for it.
That's it.
When your children should go to school and you pay school fees, you will take the money and give to your pastor. And your children will not go to school because you need to sow a seed. I told you I had this thing that the money was supposed to give to me. He said he had to use it to do, say, fresh fruit or first fruit. Don't know which one he did. Can you imagine how evil people are? But who is teaching them? The religious leaders of Nigeria. The people that are leading these so-called Nigerians. Because you are what you hear. You are what you're taught.
Yes.
If you condition, it's conditioning, it's mind conditioning. Even if it's a dog, if you keep a dog and condition the dog for a certain time in a certain way through certain processes, that dog will be able to open door, that dog will be able to knock on door when he wants to ease himself, and it's conditioning. That's the way human beings are as well. You keep human beings in these auditoriums, business centers called churches, and the evil enclave called mosque, because they're the same thing. We're not just talking one and leaving the other. It's about the religious leaders introduced in our neighborhood. Why did they introduce these leaders and this type of teachings that will never allow people to progress? Because they want them to be mind controlled. They want the mind to be down, controlled according to the rules of the colonial masters. Whether the Arabs, whether the British, wherever they are coming with their own kingdom, they are teaching our people things that will make them not to be critical in their reasoning.
To be obedient, even in the face of death.
Exactly. So they'll say obedient. So they'll start chanting anything like addicted people. He start chanting anything. Obedient. Nobody is stopping to say, okay, obedient. Where are we going with this? Analyze the situation. Who is his running mate? His running mate is a Fulani man from Mauritania. The people that set up businesses, they built a university, a family university. His elder brother is Baba Ahmed, the one that told you people horrible things about what they're going to do to you, that they will continue to rule you, that they continue to lead Nigeria as they have led Nigeria before. Whether you are dying, whether you're collapsing, they must be in charge, ruling Nigeria. They have said horrible things. That's the person that your brother P2P, your is running mates. And you are still shouting obedient. Can't you understand what we're saying? That you are addicted. You are not able to reason properly. Your mind is controlled. You are not, even when you are thinking that you are waking up, your mind is still being conditioned and controlled, because 1 + 1 is not adding up to 2. You put 1 + 1 is giving you 10 in your head. That is a sign of mind.
And you're okay with it because he will rule you. You like benefits.
Yes, you like free of charge things. You see that 1 + 1. You see that you gave a woman that you're buying something 10 naira. You gave her 1 naira. You move out. Your conscience is strong and you walk away. No, your conscience is dead. That's why you did that. And that's how it continues. When your conscience is dead, when you see 1 + 1 giving you 10, rather ask questions that, how come this 1 + 1 is giving me 10? What is going on? You will not ask questions because you have been conditioned. Your mind has been conditioned not to ask practical questions, hoping that one day 1 + 1 will become 10. And then you will die in that your hope. And God will still remain God. And people that are more practical in their solution seeking and in solving their solution, they will continue to live. Then you'll be phased out of the earth because you're not fit to live on this earth. On this part of the universe, practical solution for practical problem. If you are hoping that all of a sudden, when you get PVC and see a terrorist with AK-47, you want it to say, Messiah PVC. I have a Messiah PVC.
I don't know what you're talking about. I use my own and catch bullets. Shoot me.
Okay. Yes.
I will use it and block every bullet coming my way.
When AK-47 firing on your face, you bring your PVC. I say, hey, I have a PVC. It's the shield of the Holy Spirit. Because that's what we have been taught for years. That when you have security challenges, you get anointing oil and sprinkle it, and then the criminal will disappear. Meanwhile, the person that is teaching you that thing is living in a mansion with electric barbed wire switched on, with dogs, with security, they even have police security in front of their house and in their churches, securing their churches very well. But for my people, they give you holy water and holy oil. Have you seen how deluded you became? Have you seen who your real enemy is? And we are saying, come out from amongst them. Leave those centers where you are being conditioned to be stupid. Leave them. Leave those centers. Leave the people. Stop following people that deceive you. Peter Obi is deceiving you. He's agent of the caliphate. He's agent of Britain. Britain called him to have meeting, and then he came back, moved from PDP to Labour. Why are you people not asking him, Oga, what did you discuss in Britain? Why did you move from, what did they tell you to do? Those are slave masters. What did they tell you to do? Immediately he came, he left PDP, moved all of you people to Labour, where you'll be in Labour, and you will never give birth.
Sure.
Moving people to Labour camp, where they keep all the slaves. They carried you to Labour camp, where you keep all the slaves and tell them what to be repeating. Repeat obedient, obedient. One day, as you're repeating obedient, these practical things that you did not put in place will just become and be in place. This is madness. It's time for spiritual awakening. Stop making these colonial masters look as if they're very intelligent. Stop making these terrorists look as if they're superior human beings. They are not. It's just your stupidity that is magnifying their wickedness. And why are you stupid? Because the church, the religion, because it's not just the church, there's Islamic faith. The Islamic people that call themselves Muslims, and they're conniving with Fulanis coming to kill because they think they're sharing religion. They think they're sharing faith. You see this man doing things that does not make sense, doing things that will not make sense, killing your own people. He says, my brother, we share the faith of Islam. What the terrorists are doing is not religion. It's conquest. They're coming to kill you. That's why they kill you even when you're a Muslim as well. The villages that are discharging in Northeast and North, some of them are Islamic Muslims. But because they are indigenous, they have to be wiped off. So it's not just about the religion of the caliphate. The caliphate, the British, all of them are terrorists. They are coming to steal your land. And they need to send you off, kill you. But before they kill you, they make you docile and stupid first by mind controlling you. So the more you look, the less you see. That's why somebody a terrorist set up INEC. And INEC issued card to you, distracting you with these things. Why they're opening the back door, bringing in terrorists. Your commander-in-chief is the one opening the doors and bringing in terrorists. Why they're distracting you with PVC. With one man in front of you that calls himself Peter Obi, that has received instruction from the colonial masters. And these things are not making sense to you. You're not connecting them because your mind is controlled. Please go ahead with the video that you're about to play.
So sad. We weep for our people every day.
I suspect that very soon, some states will be taken over by these Fulani men called bandits. I suspect that very soon, the presidential villa will be handed over to them. This is a plan. Nobody should deceive me. I'm more than 60 years. Nobody should deceive me that it's just bandits are just coming here and making this thing. It is a plan to hand over to these Fulani men who are called bandits so that there will be no election. This federal government, not that it is insensitive, is working towards an agenda that they have planned to colonize this country and take over. It's not even about Islam. They are using religion as a shield to colonize. And this is not right.
Complaint, lamentation. These are people that you want to lead you, right? Those are the people actually leading you, not you want to lead. This is it. So he has already this is all he can do for you. Not just Robaragama. He just leaked out a secret. He's hoping that you will come out from church and your church addiction and all this.
He is even trying himself, my sister, because at least he has gone ahead to pass a bill after passing the anti-grazing bill, because we told our people that this is brain work. After passing the bill of anti-grazing, he passed a bill to arm his people for self-defense in readiness. He is even following Ninas. Though he's doing politics, but he's paying attention to what Ninas is saying. Better than the other governors that are in Southeast, South, Southwest, that are not paying attention. You need to pass a bill for armed self-defense, which is part of self-determination project. But you need to pass a bill to make your people able to get legal armed self-defense. It's a process. It's something that you need to do as a governor. And you need to do that before these people introduce martial law. Because he heard what Autumn said, that where they are going is to cause insecurity. You need to be connecting these things. They just released these prisoners, these terrorists that they kept in Kula for some time, waiting for the right time. They released them. What are they coming to do? That's what you should be asking yourself. They are coming to set up insecurity everywhere. It will be everywhere. Sporadically, you'll be hearing boom, 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 boom. So when that is happening, they will not say, you see, because all this is going on, we can't hold the election. Because they don't trust you and your obedient moves. They are watching you and your obedient moves as you're moving, getting your PVC. They say, oh, these people might actually do something. So they are, as you are doing, they are in charge, planning ahead of you. And when they declare martial law, for instance, or put state of emergency, they will suspend the powers of the governors. All those your stupid governors that you're following, they will take over their powers. They will not be able to do what Ninas has been telling them to do. This is what is emergency. But Autumn is the one that has moved ahead to pass the bill that Nina said they should pass, all the governors in the alliance territory, in the non-Sharia territory. The governors have been told what they need to do. And you, the people, are the ones that will insist that they do the right thing. But what are you doing? You're following your leader, your church leaders that are telling you bring PVC so that you go and vote Buhari again. So that 2014 will repeat itself. We told you people that these church leaders are crazy. They are not normal in their brain. They should not even lead a dog. They should not even be teaching dogs, let alone teaching human beings, because they are mad themselves. But you're following them. Listening to people that cannot reason properly. What have they done to you, for you all these years, except to keep you in a cage, in the slave camp that you call church? Because that's church, all those your churches, they are camps where they keep slaves for more brainwashing and more mind controlling. They have succeeded very well. That's why terror is coming. You're not able to see because your GO and Mama GO told you to carry PVC. At these Fulanis have option A, they have plan A, plan B, and plan C. And they are coming. You are seeing them execute it. It's before you. But what are you doing? You are being mind controlled into thinking that PVC will stop the terror that is coming. You see what we're saying? And this is not the beginning. Like this video that my sister pulled up, you will see when you began to miss the way. We have missed the way to the promised land. Our people, Nigerian Christians, Nigerians, all Nigerians, you have missed the way to the promised land. Those in Sharia territory are already conquered. The Hausas, they have been conquered completely. The remaining people, the southern people, are now about to be conquered. And you know what? The terrorists are already positioned in your forest. And they have a route in the map. If we look at the map, we'll tell you where they have positioned all their groups. When you start hearing Isochi, what is going on? Why will a relatively community, a quiet community, very peaceful community, all of a sudden is in news? Isochi, what is going on? You begin to ask yourself, if you're from Isochi, you begin to ask yourself, what is happening? What is happening? Your land probably fall in the line of what they are planning. Go and get the map. You see how they start from Middle Belt and they're connecting all their. It's about conquest. They are circling you up for conquest. Wake up, my people. Wake up. False religious leaders and false traditional leaders and fake social influencers that are dancing and showing you their private parts That's all they do. If they want to sing, they show private parts. That is, all this will make your mind controlled, and you're not able to be spiritually awake to understand what is doing you. Please go ahead, my sister.
Julius Caesar has a line which says, "There is a tide in the events of men, which, if taken at the flood, leads on to fortune." And I remembered that when I saw the title of the book, The Missed Road to the Promised Land, i.e., there was a way to get to the promised land, like some kind of promised land exists somewhere. Obviously, it's been missed. And I think it's pretty clear reading the book that when you take the right decision at the right time, it can push you in the right direction. If you need to get a train somewhere that comes once an hour, if you miss that train, you're going to be at least an hour late, and longer if you have to get other connections and so on and so forth. So is there a single point that you can point to as the point that Nigerians themselves more so missed that road? For me, it's 1993. And how now can we get to the promised land?
For me, it's 1993 to 1999.
Okay.
And if I had to pinpoint it, it would be the 1999 so-called elections.
Obasanjo.
Yeah. Why? Because we had them on the back foot at that point. And the position that had been taken by the Movement for National Reformation that was led by Chief Anthony Anaho and the pro-NACO groups, pro-National Conference, that's what it stood for. The position that they had taken was that we're not going to participate in any elections until we see the Constitution.
Right.
That was the line that everybody was being asked to hold. But again, because they're always flawed characters, if the principled ones take a stand, they're always flawed characters that are available that you can then approach, that the establishment can approach, to say, never mind those ones, you come with us. And those flawed characters, they broke the ranks. They agreed to participate in that 1999 election without seeing the Constitution.
That's it. That's a big one.
Because they needed, democracy needs legitimization by the people coming out and participating. The ultimate power that the people have is say, we're not coming. We're not going to participate. And at that point, they could have, we had the opportunity of securing a new constitutional settlement along the lines of the Orange Union. But we missed that opportunity. It was traded in. And the ultimate beneficiaries were the Obasanjos who got the appearance of power because they were now enjoying themselves as president and all the other hangers-on. But that was a key misroad. And we're back there again now because the 1999 Constitution is now widely acknowledged as a fraud.
Right, it is.
It contains the declaration, we the people give ourselves this Constitution. But it's a bit like those treaties of protection that we started with, drafted by one side and just imposed. Nobody knows who drafted the 1999 Constitution. So it was a diktat. It has now crashed once more. And we're now at that point of a fresh start. So we're back to the crossroads once more. And then becomes an issue of, are we going to go for the shortcut, the cheap solution? Or are we going to stand our ground and say, this needs to be dealt with once and for all?
Okay.
We are telling our people, we missed the road once. We are at that crossroad again. Are you going to miss the road again? When Obasanjo was supposed to come, we have showed it in this platform. When we show you Modo, who was the Minister of Information then, he kept shouting, we do not have the constitution. We did not see the constitution before we were sworn in. We don't know who did it. We don't know where he came from. And we told our people. Then our people were told 1999, do not proceed with this whole process. See the constitution first. They did not hear. And you can hear he said some people broke the rank. Who are those people that broke the rank? People like Tinubu. They knew the truth. Your politicians, your church leaders, they knew the truth. But what did they do? They gave them money and they broke the rank and started singing with caliphate.
And waiting for their turn.
And waiting for their turn. That's what happened. That's how we missed it. Now we have done constitutional force majeure that Ninas did on the 16th of December 2020. Resetting the whole thing, bringing us back to square one so that we will have a fresh start. Our sovereignty as we speak is on the table right now, waiting for who will pick it. Are you going to pick it, or you allow the Fulanis, the Caliphate, the British, the colonial masters to pick it again? Because of your insensitivity. Because your spirit is dead. Because your religion, the religion that was sent to you, killed your spirit. This is not the type of spirit that your ancestors had. Your ancestors were communing with their God directly. They didn't need any in-between person. That's why they were able to hold that land until you came to your portion, until you came to your turn. Excuse me. And when it came to your turn, what did you do? They had mind controlled you with the type of fake religion that they brought. Now, the more you look, the less you see. My people are more loyal to their foreign kingdom than the kingdom they live in. Lost their identity. So you have to begin to ask yourself, who am I? Why am I on this earth? Why am I an Igbo person? Why am I an Ijaw person? Why am I a Yoruba person? Why am I indigenous in this land? Who planted me in this land? Who are my ancestors? Your ancestors are not demons. If they were demons, you wouldn't see a land to acquire. But they brainwashed you into believing that your ancestors are demons. Why their own ancestors that came to steal our things and kill our people, stole our people, they are righteous. But your ancestors that held the land for you and handed it over to you, preserved the land, kept the resources in the land until these criminals came to discover the resources. They are the ones that are evil. And you are worshiping their own ancestors while they carry the resources in your kingdom to their own kingdom. Why? Because they have the agents, the willing tools, your church leaders, your politicians, the fake ones. There are few right-thinking ones, but there are very, very few, maybe less than 1%. The rest are criminals because they are aiding the colonial masters, the caliphates, the terrorists. If they are not criminals, why will they have a proposal of Ninas that they've had for 20 years and none of them is doing anything about it? Rather, they will tell you to go and do what they know will never work. What they know will never work because they just want to tell you things that they just manipulate you.
Control their business, continue their business enterprise.
Continue their business. It's about their own business. And we're telling our people it's time for you to wake up spiritually. Begin to identify yourself. Who am I? Who am I? Anybody telling you that, oh, you should forget your ethnicity, you should forget who you are, you should forget the kingdom of your ancestors.
Or change your name to sell music records.
Yes, change your name. Meanwhile, your name is your identity. Like people from our place, Igbo people, Mona Chimsoaga, you are prophesying, you are living it. This is your destiny. Mona Chimsoaga. Uche Chukwu Geme, Onyeka, Onyekachi, Onyebuchi. Like, Prophetic names that are very powerful, telling you that our people were already spiritual before these criminals came to our land. Connect back to your spirit. Connect back to the spirit that is inside you. Is that spirit that is in you that you can now use to connect to your God directly. Not through your GOs, not through those marketers. They are all criminals. Criminals. Both their wives, their children, their fathers, all of them are criminals. And you know what? Most of these church leaders that call themselves Christian pastors, their parents are practicing Muslims. Their parents are practicing Ifa, practicing traditional worshippers. Why couldn't they convert their own parents? Why couldn't they convert their family members, their brothers and sisters? But they will convert you and keep you in a moronic state so that the enemy will come and conquer you and you are weakened spiritually. It is time to wake up. Go ahead, please, my sister.
All right. And then we say, what's the way forward? As always, we're going to play the video of our brother Tony that you guys refuse to listen to. We love this guy so much because, he is so vindicated. Because the rain, the hurricane, the tornado that is coming, almost everything, and God will continue his blessings. He has done the work. He has remained obedient to the work, to work for his people. He's tenacious. He has I don't even have words to describe it.
Has sacrificed, used his personal resources while our people are busy giving their resources to all sorts of criminals that want to deceive them. He has used his personal resources to transport himself, to move around all over the world, negotiating, talking, planning, dialogue, everywhere, going with teams of people, paying for these things. I check what the ticket is to come to US Congress. And then you come with a team. Then you go to all the local, because we told you that as this thing things were going on the surface, people were on the ground working. Individuals we also appreciate, not just Brother Tony, because we know there are some individuals that are sacrificing, giving to these projects. Ninas is not coming out to make open wide declaration for money. Why? Because there are individuals that are sowing to this project. Do you know what it means to transport one person from Africa to US just to show Washington that these are the victims of terrorism going on? Then our people are going to this alliance, how was it formed? Teams of people were going to far interior places, to villages, to traditional places, even before when people were sleeping. All this money went inside, and money is still going inside, because as we speak, charter of relationship is being worked on. It's money. All these events you're seeing, solemn assemblies, all those people that were moved, they were kept in hotels, they were sponsored, they were taken care of. Indigenous peoples were moved around. Even when they were moved in Abuja, in those days of Nadeko and Pronaco, all ethnic representatives, they were moved. About 164 ethnic delegates from different places, they were lodged in hotels, kept them to negotiate this whole thing, plan it. That's what you're seeing. The alliance you're seeing, it did not fall from heaven. People sat down and worked on it, gave their money to work on it. But what did you do? You take your own money and give to criminals, people that will deceive you all the time.
Hey,
you are asking questions because you are addicted, because your spiritual life is down and out. You are not able to reason properly. Stop. It's time to wake up. Go ahead, please, sister.
So sad.
We put a proposition before the country since the 16th of December in 2020 to propose that elections be deferred so that we can go reconstruct the damaged constitutional basis of Nigeria. And it is, that proposition didn't just drop from the sky. We called it constitutional force majeure because we were declaring an emergency around the question of the union agreement that had been, more or less toppled since 1966 and replaced by something totally strange to our original understanding. So it ceased to be a federation which ceased to be a secular union. And the constitution, the one they call the Constitution 1999, that now has turned our lives upside down, is what we are rejecting. And when I say we, the nationalities, the constituent component nationalities, the owners of the sovereignties that are aggregated as Nigeria, you know, who ought to be the ones making their union agreement? Who were the ones who made their union agreement of 1960 that got toppled in 1966, but who have been pushed out of the way by an illicit federal government, the illicit federal government that emerged since 1967, since the truncation of the constitutions, the federating constitutions. You couldn't be talking about a federal government in the absence of a federation. Nigeria, the Federation of Nigeria died in 1967. Told the story of how they came about the document. They said they formed a committee that went around and people wanted a return to 1979 constitution. And so as a supreme military, as the ruling military council, they added and subtracted from that report and passed the, put forward what they have made out to be called the Constitution of 1999. And that's how we now came to where we came from a federation of 4 regions to 36 states that are now listed in that constitution as the federating units. 704 local government areas that must be financed from the center every month. 68 items of exclusive lists that seized everybody's assets, the oil and gas of Niger Delta, the port of Lagos, and put all the guns in the hands of that illicit federal government that has in turn been hijacked by an ethnic group in the country, the Fulani, who are also now openly, in collusion with the invading Fulani herdsmen that have been adjudged the fourth most deadly terror group on earth by the Global Terror Index, with our commander-in-chief, President Fulani man, presiding over all of that. And we said, look, we've been having elections since 1999. We had one in 2003, another in 2007, another in 2015, yet another in 2019. What has it added to our life other than degeneration? And you can see where the country has gotten to on all indices. And we said, as statesmen, we now put this proposition on the table, having worked out all of what will replace what we are doing. We're not anarchists. We say, let us go to transition now and begin to rework the damaged constitutional basis of Nigeria. Because on the basis of this 1999 constitution, I tell you that the owners of the constituent components, the owners of the sovereignty, Yoruba could be a country of 60 million people. The eastern side, the eastern half of southern Nigeria will be a country of 70 million people. And we've been organizing since the emergence of this country in 1999. You heard about Pronaco. You heard about the MNN. You heard when we went to court in 2007 to say that this constitution was not made by us. The document is illegitimate, cannot be basis of union. You saw the solemn assemblies by which the constituent components told the international community, the global community, that they will no longer be willing to submit themselves to that constitution that ruined their lives. It took their assets, it took all the guns from them and put in the hands of people who are determined to exterminate them and take their lands. The owner of APC party, Tinubu, if they were all involved in this many years of getting the people to decide, our sovereignty is inalienable. Our right to serve the nation is inalienable. We are the ones who have to form the union. The Yoruba that could be a country of 50 million or 60 million people, the Igbo that could be a country of their own, the Ijaw that could be a country of their own, bigger than half of the countries of the world, each of them, will be the ones to decide. And so it is an insult in itself for anybody to sit in one corner of Abuja to say that the unity is non-negotiable. You saw the kind of money that have been loaned in our names and where it's being used. They are using the monies borrowed in our name to integrate their own economy to Niger Republic. Infrastructure we do not have, including roads and railways, are being built into Niger Republic. Refineries that we don't have are being built into the Niger Republic from monies borrowed in our name. So these are the things going on. So we told the international lending community, look, we can pay what they borrowed before,
But from
we're
this
not even paying that one.
Anybody who goes to risk his money out there is just going to have to go to recover it outside the Nigeria that have been used to mortgage. Is it not the same? Is it not the same UN? I was directly involved in what became this instrument. If you go with, there are processes to it. It's not Antonio Guterres, the Secretary General, and Amina, the Fulani woman sent to the place. These are secretariat, executive, members of the secretariat. You understand? That's all they are. The UN system is organized and managed. There's the Security Council when matters become very tough. There's the Trusteeship Council when we raise the kind of dispute we are raising that will deal with the matter. No, when you sit back in your village and hoping that there's a United Nations that will come somewhere, we went into the place, like I hinted you before. We were directly involved. Professor Soyinka, at my request, God bless him for that will go down what he did to be able to help get this thing out of the place. And Kofi Annan, that was secretary at the time, that we had finished FONACO, and we were thinking of what to do to enforce our consensus without being accused of treason. And if anybody is going to talk about treason, I can assure you, I'm not just your regular lawyer. I'm also one with a specialty in that area of law.
All right, I'm going to stop this video here. The point that we're trying to make is that this message has been, sent over. People that know, the international stakeholders are supposed to know what they need to know. They already been informed. It's you, the general public. And like we say, we would like for people to share. Somebody just texted me and said, I'm looking for your show and I can't find it. And wow. I pulled up one. Look at what it says, 0 views. I just put this thing now. This is what Facebook is. It says 0 views. Like nobody have been watching this. You see it, Sister Ekwe?
Yeah.
I just put it up live from where we are and send it to someone. It says 0 views. So you know that our enemies don't want our people to get this message. They want us to continue to be dancing in circles, to continue to die in the Mediterranean Sea, to continue to do whatever that we need to do to remain where we are. So it will behoove us not to make sure that we share this information anywhere that we can. If I was here now shaking my bum or showing you my breast, they will allow 20 millions of our people to see. They don't want us to get out. Our subjugation is their gain. As long as we remain down, they will never promote anything good for us. They will never let anything shine. So it's up to us, as discouraging as they want us to be, we cannot, because this game has to end at some point. So Facebook, you can play all the games you want to play. You can reduce it to -0, because 0 means that we're starting somewhere. Reduce it to -1 million. That's where you should be. Knock everybody off and reduce it. It's okay. But you know what? My people must be free, Facebook.
Yep.
My people must be free. And you would think it's just this your platform. Awakening is happening.
Yes.
People are sending us messages, asking the right question.
Yes.
So no amount of your blocking and your 0 views and everything will stop this message. We must be free. We are tired of washing your dishes with PhD degrees. We are tired of cleaning your toilets and your airports with PhD degrees.
Driving taxi.
We are not stopping.
Driving Uber, driving taxi.
Driving taxi with PhD degrees. You cannot continue this stealing. You have stolen enough money now to let my people go.
Yep.
You guys been stealing for 400 years, stealing and stealing, taking and taking. Is enough. It's enough. Continue with your blocking. My people will be free. And the day they will be free, see what happened to the Sri Lanka's president today? We will show up in that your stupid mansion that you're building with the blood of our people. We will come in there and chase you out of it.
You say?
Continue with your blocking. Go ahead, my sister.
You say? So please, our people, we are team members in this work. Share, be intentional about your spiritual awakening. It's not going to happen by accident. You're going to be intentional. You're going to take yourself away from where people are telling you things that control your mind. You have to be mindful of your presence. You have to be mindful. Ask yourself, I want to eat yam. Have I peeled the yam? Knowledge. Have I peeled the yam? Have I put it on fire? Have I cut it off? When is it going to be okay? When will it be ready? And then be practical about the problem. Anybody that is telling you cock and bull story, move away from that environment. They are all criminals. whether they are politicians, your so-called politicians, whether they are church leaders, traditional leaders, your social influencers, or even your so-called agitators, the fake freedom fighters that have been deceiving our people. You are agitating, you have no strategy, you have no plan. The only plan that is on the table for our people, you are distracting them from it because you want to make money from the pain of our people. You want to do your career, your freedom fighting is career. You want to do freedom fighting forever. So we say, oh, we are doing enlightenment campaign. Towards what effects? What are you doing? Okay, you now told our people they killed us, so they are killing us. What is now the solution for them to stop killing you? You're waiting for UN. You're waiting for this person to come. That is not the strategy. This is what the clear-minded Nnamdi Kanu did for going to 10 years with our people. Clear-minded criminal, not doing anything because he knows our people are very crazy and passionate about Biafra. He used them to make money for his family. We have details, we have evidence. This thing, we are not joking about it. We have evidence to tell you, show you how Nnamdi Kanu deceived our people, defrauded our people, just like the church leaders. Those church leaders brainwashed our people. Now he's telling them, it's peace. You want peace in Biafra land.
After you left our boys vulnerable to be killed like animals.
Exactly. So they're all the same thing. Whether fake freedom fighters, church leaders, fake church leaders, all of them are the same. They are working for the colonial masters. The politicians, they are all the same. It is only you that will free your people. At the time this work was going on, to make matter worse, do you know what these fake freedom fighters did? They made our people think that Nina's proposition is about one Nigeria.
Oh.
That Tony Nnadi is working for Nigeria. And our people deserted him. That's why you saw him going with micro teams to Washington, saying what needs to be said. And you know what? Our people deserted him, but Chukwu Okike, the creator of the universe, was with him. Like he was with Joseph. He was with him and he's still with him. Opening doors. Like this video that we showed you is from Guardian newspaper. They came, we are giving credit to them because they cared to listen. They cared as journalists. They said, Tony Nnadi, come and tell us what you're saying directly. Directors of Guardian newspaper, they listened. That ones that brought us this video. So work is going on. Whether you want to wake up or you want to die in your ignorance, work is going on. The chosen ones are working hard. And the God of heaven is with them. Because you know what? This nonsense has to stop. Nigeria, the colonial, the caliphate Nigeria, the caliphate one Nigeria is going down. Aso Rock is ready to be handed over to the terrorists. And that's what we're telling you people. Say no to the 2023 Caliphate British organized election. What we need is transitional government. We need now to fix what is ailing us. We are not going to postpone it to another 2023, where they will bring in their criminal terrorists like Buhari to continue from where they stopped. You can see them already positioning themselves and circling us to swallow us and destroy us completely. We are not going to allow them. And no P2OB will stop us. P2OB, go and read what happened to the people that tried to rebuild Jericho. When Jericho came down, when Joshua brought Jericho down, because Jericho was standing against the people entering into their promised land, Joshua had to bring Jericho down. And there was a curse on it, that anybody that tries to rebuild Jericho will use the blood of his first son to set the foundation.
He said,
the blood of the last one to build the gate.
He said,
Peter Obi, our freedom, our sovereignty is more important than your selfish, greedy ambition to be president of collapsing one Nigeria. Fulani one Nigeria, a monster that has been swallowing our people, destroying our children. As mothers, we cry every day because of the bloodshed in our land. P2OB want to build the Jericho that has been collapsed. You want to build the Jericho that has been collapsed. You will pay with the blood of your children, P2OB.
Amen.
The God of the land will tell you this.
Amen.
You will not succeed in it because our sovereignty and our freedom is what we are here to do. Thank you.
Thank you, my sister. If you have the courage to call in, this is the time, +1 774 338 0942. I like the fact that, this is not where the main work is being done. That work is going on because you can see our enemies, they intend for us to remain down. Their goal, because our downfall is their greatness. So as long as we are down running in circles, dying in the Mediterranean Sea, collecting loan for PhD and washing their dishes, they are going on vacation. They are having their best lives. They are watching their children play softball while they order coffee on Uber Direct or Uber Eats. That's how easy it is. Your son will be watching, boy. He will think you're there watching. You've already ordered Uber Eats. They will drop it for you and then leave. And your son will still look around, and mommy and daddy are still watching. And my people will not have breakfast to eat. They can't even have a good night's sleep, God forbid. Because the churches next door to them will not stop banging. They're believing God to do it. So this Luciferic group of people will wake up by 2 o'clock to start praying and banging. They won't even let you to sleep and think about all the things that you may be able to accomplish. No, God forbid if they allow that. It's only church. Church. Addicts everywhere, all kinds of addicts. If they're not addicted to church, they're addicted to Nollywood, they're addicted to Big Brother, Senior Brother, Junior Brother, Daddy Gio. Addiction upon addiction. And we are calling on those few that are not suffering from addict to wake up and begin the work. You cannot leave it for our brother Tony and his group alone. You cannot be there saying, how come he's the only one doing it? How come? You know that what he's doing is right, but you have not supported, but you're sitting somewhere and saying, how come he's the only one? Una was low now. Like I would tell Sister Queen, we should stop sabotaging God. Before he releases the biggest thunderclap you've ever heard in your whole life. Stop sabotaging God. God is still there and he's able to do exceedingly abundantly more than he can do, but he's waiting for you to do your part. Stop the addiction. Stop the madness. Stop going low, like the criminal reporter that is there asking stupid question. Now he's asking how low can you go because of pepper. It's not even because of what is happening in Nigeria, because of degree. God, because they like to English addicts. English addicts, so they want you to be speaking like you come from London, as if that makes you smarter than anybody else that come from Isoji. So because Tinubu is not able to produce the paper, because they are professional addicts, PhD addicts, English speaking addicts. So if he doesn't produce his paper now, they live
the terrorism that he's funding.
Right.
What they'll be talking about.
I know. They're not talking about Kuje prison breakout and telling people, please. No, God forbid.
It's paper that is more important.
He's worried about the paper. Oh, it's low. Paper didn't show up. Oh, paper to show he can speak English didn't show up. As if English is a measurement of your intelligence. Che, umunnem. Teta no nora. This tornado that is coming. This hurricane that is coming. Oh, God is not going to stop it too. No. And it will not stop him from being God.
No.
He will allow you to perish, and then the next generation will be hearing about you and how stupid you are.
He did it before when he brought children out of Egypt. When they continue to be stupid, did he not allow the millions that he led out of Egypt to be wiped off and gave the land to their children? All of them wiped up. Only Joshua and Caleb left because he said there was a different spirit in them, that he found a different spirit in them. Have you seen the importance of your spirit, that you allow the church to waste your spirituality?
Oh, I weep for you guys.
Being, and you live in the
I weep for you guys.
I wake your spirit. Wake up with your spirit. Wake up. Stop doing follow. Wake up. Let your brain to begin to function. Ninas is here to lead you on where you should go.
I don't know if this person. Hello? Hey, are you calling? Yes, we're on the show. Are you calling to join the show? Okay, I'll call you later. Okay, this is somebody calling from Nigeria. I thought he was maybe watching the show, but anyway, so otherwise, we'll see you guys next week. Like we said, please help us to share this information. They don't want you to know any better. Our downfall is their gain. Yeah. Our downfall is their westernization that you're hearing about. As long as we remain down, they are okay. These people are so wicked that they left us vulnerable for even China to come and colonize us the second time.
Terrible.
It's not bad enough that we are left for Fulani to deal with us. Now, China, they are finishing front. So now they are coming up with a proposition and this thing to help Africa rise up again. When you leave Africa vulnerable, my people, Western people, you're leaving yourself vulnerable as well.
Yep.
This Nkata that you're building, what is Nkata in English? Basket. Is going to cover you and your continent.
Yes.
You left us vulnerable for other people to come and continue what you didn't finish or what you're still doing.
Yes.
And you think it's okay. It's only Ukraine that matters. Hey, Ukraine, go bring a weapon, give one. Ukraine must stand. Ukraine must leave. Africa must die. They must die. That's what they do anyway. It's a burial ground. Africa die. We're in the church dancing for these people. Awaken your spirit.
Yep.
So we can take our rightful place and take care of the things that we need to take care of for the betterment of our children.
Yes.
Nobody is coming down to do it. No Messiah will fix it. Only you. You and me will fix it by doing the right thing. If not, another 400 years of manipulation, of slavery, of you not owning your country because you don't own your country. That's why your election don't count. There is no change with your election. They select the people that will continue their biddings and you will continue to run in circle. Whether you live in America in your mansion, there is still limitation in you living in America.
Yep.
We can do better for our people. Help us to share this information. PVC will not save you. The last time I checked, it's not bulletproof. It's a piece of plastic. And the worst part of it is that it's even fake. It's a piece of plastic, PVC.
And the Fulanis made it.
The Fulanis made it. And we're saying that if you want more, you demand for transitional government and for them to set referendum.
Yes.
After which, obedience can come and be obedient. Because we'll put things in place to make sure that he will remain obedient when he gets there.
Yes.
We will put things in place to make sure that any criminal that decides to come and rule the show, they won't even come.
They won't even come.
Because things will set in place that they will disappear like Boris Johnson overnight.
Yes. And make it unattractive for criminals to come to rule us. We have to put the things in place. It's our responsibility.
If you care for yourself and your children and your future, you demand for the right thing.
Yep.
Listen to Nina's. Some people will ask, hey, put him in the constitutional first, my dear. What are you going to do if election happen? Your blood will flow. Your blood will flow.
People. Your blood will flow. Your villagers will be wiped off. That's what will happen.
That's what will happen.
People. Wake up.
Yeah. That's what will happen, and God will remain God. He's not coming down.
No.
He'll continue to sip on his tea and have his weekly meetings. I don't know what he does there.
Yep.
He's not coming. That's what will happen. That Nina is trying to stop your blood from flowing doesn't mean that you have to use us as a mockery platform.
Nope.
No, your blood will flow.
Doctor.
Buhari already told you. Yes, President Bubu told you that the blood of monkeys and baboons will flow.
Yep.
Nigeria
will happen to you. Nigeria will happen to you. Your eyes
except at the end, you will not remain one. You will be in pieces.
Yep.
That's all.
But we can change this today.
There are options on the table. You don't have to end up the way the colonial masters plan for you to end up.
No.
You can halt. You can put all this BS that they handed us to us as a source of government and said, no, we want better. And we're not even asking for too much.
No.
We want to be able to add 1 + 1, go only need 2, not 1 + 1, 11.
Imagine.
It doesn't make sense.
No.
So we'll see you guys next week. Continue to share. As you can see, Facebook says there's 0 views. That's what they do. People will like and follow us. They will go and minus it. I've been taking pictures, Facebook. I will embarrass you guys one day.
It's coming.
I'm taking pictures of what it was before you told me that 34 people like it. Instead of being 34 more, math, now all of a sudden Facebook cannot do math. Their algorithm is so twisted that when there's an addition, Facebook will be doing subtraction.
Criminals everywhere. Criminals.
But you're not stopping us.
Nope.
This is your platform. Very soon, somebody else will build someone's, another one better than it.
You say?
Yes. This is a platform that you're using to promote promiscuity, to promote sexuality, to promote all forms of evil.
To go bankrupt.
Yes.
Like the people that are doing relaxer for black women's hair.
You go bankrupt.
I've woken up.
So continue with your game playing, continue with blocking, and continue keeping our people in darkness. But you will find that there's somebody called God.
Yep.
And he's in heaven and he holds this world in his hands.
Amen.
He will decide how it's gonna go down.
Yes.
It will not be by your algorithms.
Nope.
Our brother Solar Intel said, as our sisters, beloved sisters, please open up a clubhouse.
They'll be asking us for that. Oh my God.
Open up a clubhouse. My brother is not even open up a clubhouse. We want to be able to deliver message that will help our people get where they're going. We have enough videos for anyone that wants true freedom to watch. We have the time to discuss, private or by group, any way you want it. If you're truthful about wanting a change in our land, yes, he said the Clubhouse is an app. Yes, we know it's an app.
Yes.
Maybe we can add that. He said maybe we can add the Clubhouse as we're speaking.
Yes,
we'll leave the phone.
Yeah.
Yes, it will be there. That's a good one. Thank you, Solar Intel.
Yes,
Solar Intel, that's a good one. Yes, maybe we should incorporate that as well.
Yes.
Because in that case, we are not depending on the Facebook for people to hear this.
People are there directly listening.
Our people are there directly listening. So thank you, Solar. We appreciate that. God will always make a way. He will always make a way.
Yes.
We know that what we are doing is right because every day He blesses us. It's amazing.
Yes.
We have never received any more blessings than we have in all our lives until we started fighting for our people.
Yes.
So yes, thank you so much, Solar Intel. Thank you so much. We will win this war.
We will.
It was only before we weren't doing anything because we thought some Okonkwo and Adiboye from Harvard was doing it.
Yes.
We thought somebody was doing something.
We didn't know they were making us vulnerable to the enemy.
Yes. So
we are
the
here
work
now.
has begun and God is blessing our handwork.
Amen.
We are going places.
Amen.
So, thank you so much. That's a good one. We will see you guys next week.
I love you all.
Continue to do what you need to do. You're a stakeholder in what we do. We are not a follower. We don't want to command and control you. We want you to ask intelligent questions so that we can deliver superior agreements and move.
We're able to do it, people. We have the brain.
We're able to do it. Yes, we shall win this for our brother Ifechi said. We shall do it. The devil has stopped.
He came late, too.
He came late. Yeah.
This is brain work. Because they want us to go and fight war so that they will kill us and have reason to enter our land. We will use brain, our God-given brain, and frustrate and destroy them. All the agents in our land that are using to give us one dummy ticket or what is it, we will deal with them by ourselves because we bring them into the house and say, one day, what do you think you're doing? How can sit down there? It's going to happen.
Yes, it's wars of ideas.
Is either you stop yourself or we'll stop you. You can't sell us anymore.
Nope.
It's over.
No more. Stop the damn business enterprise.
It's over. Whether it's church you're selling, political, gamut, Fulani politics, whatever it is that you have been selling, you will not sell it anymore.
Yep.
We will not buy.
Pushing our people backwards.
Have you seen your business will collapse? We will not buy what you're selling. That's what they say. Just brain, ordinary brain. We close down whether your campaign, your whatever you think you're doing, we will close it down. And there will not be one gun. We will not fire a shot. We use brain and close you down.
He's safe. He's safe, my sister. He's safe. You all stay well. Take care of yourself and each other. We are going home. We don't hate ourselves. We love ourselves. It's the enemies that left us vulnerable so that we can be fighting while they're stealing. We are going to stop the fight.
No more fights.
Hug our sisters and brothers. Hold hands together and march on and defeat the goddamn enemy. Because that's what they are.
Yes.
Nonsense. Bye, brothers and sisters.
Bye. Love you.